Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the New York City hybrid hearing on the Committee on Women and Gender Equity. At this time, please silence all electronics and do not approach the dais. Thank you for your cooperation, Chair. You may begin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Councilmember Amanda Farias, and I'm the chair of the Committee on Women and Gender Equity. Welcome to today's vote. First, I'd like to acknowledge my colleagues who are present, Councilmembers Schulman and Aldwall in person, and Santos Suoso virtually. Thank you all for being here. Today, the committee will consider two pieces of legislation: proposed Resolution 359, sponsored by Councilmember Lewis, declaring March 24 annually as Women of Color in Tech Day in the City of New York to recognize the contributions of women of color to the technology industry and to acknowledge the challenges they still face. And proposed Resolution 360, sponsored by Councilmember Maloney, who just joined us, calling upon the United States Congress to pass and the President to sign HJ Resolution 80 and SJ Resolution 38, establishing the ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment. As we near the end of Women's History Month, we have the opportunity to advance two pieces of legislation that recognize and promote the advancement of women in New York City. Proposed Resolution 359 specifically was designed to promote the importance of respect, dignity, fairness, and equity in supporting Black and Latina women as they pursue tech careers. Empower, an organization headquartered in Brooklyn, celebrated the first Women of Color in Tech Day on March 12, 2020, and March 24 is currently designated as National Women of Color in Tech Day. Designating a Women of Color in Tech Day in New York City celebrates women of color in New York City excelling in the tech sector of the workforce, helping to address discrimination and inequality of opportunity in the tech sector, and serving as a role model for younger girls of color. I'd now like to read a statement from Council Member Lewis on proposed Resolution 359, and as follows. Good morning. Thank you, Chair Farias, for your leadership and for advancing this important resolution through the Committee on Women and Gender Equity. Today, I'm proud to bring forward Resolution 359, which designates March 24 annually as Women of Color in Tech Day in the City of New York. This resolution recognizes both the extraordinary contributions of women of color in the technology sector and the persistent barriers that continue to limit access to opportunity in one of the fastest growing and most influential industries of our economy. Despite representing a significant share of our population, women of color remain drastically underrepresented in tech education and careers, often due to structural inequities, lack of access to mentorship, and limited pathways into the field. By establishing this day of recognition, we're not only celebrating achievement, but also creating space for education, recruitment, and engagement. This is about building visibility, strengthening pipelines, and ensuring that the next generation of innovators reflects the diversity and talent of our city. New York City has long been a leader in advancing equity and opportunity. This resolution affirms our commitment to uplifting women of color, investing in their futures, and ensuring that they are not excluded from industries that shape our economic landscape. I urge my colleagues to support Resolution 359. Thank you. I appreciate the received statement from Councilmember Lewis. Furthermore, proposed Resolution 360 calls for the passage of a bipartisan, bicameral resolution intending to pave the way for the Equal Rights Amendment to become the 28th Amendment of the United States Constitution, guaranteeing equal rights for all people regardless of sex. With the passage of the Equal Rights Amendment, our country has the potential to create a framework to formally acknowledge systemic biases that permeate and often limit women's daily experiences. As women and people across the gender spectrum around the country are increasingly facing mounting attacks on their rights and autonomy, the Equal Rights Amendment is an important tool in establishing gender equality, a tool that the New York City Council should promote and advocate for through the passage of proposed Resolution 360. I'll now turn it over to our sponsor of proposed Resolution 360, Councilmember Maloney, for her remarks.
Thank you so much, Chair Farias. I'm Councilmember Maloney and proud to be here as a co-sponsor of Reso 359 and the lead sponsor on Reso 360. For more than a century, women have organized, marched, and legislated to expand opportunity in this country. Yet as we prepare for our 250th anniversary this summer, women's rights remain vulnerable to shifting political winds and are still not permanently enshrined in the U.S. Constitution. Only an Equal Rights Amendment will ensure that women's rights to health care, to financial security, to safety, and to equal legal protection are not temporary policies, but permanent constitutional guarantees. So today, I urge my colleagues and the members of the Women and Gender Equity Committee to support this resolution that New York City Council would like to see the federal government recognize the ERA as the 28th Amendment to the Constitution. New York has always led in the fight for women's equality, and today is no exception. The council adds to a growing voice of New Yorkers demanding across a national movement that Congress finally recognize the will of the people. This is an 110-year fight that has spanned generations. So let us be clear, equality delayed is equality denied. The Equal Rights Amendment has already been ratified by 38 states, and now is time for Congress to act to remove the ratification deadline and recognize the ERA as an official amendment. Thank you very much.
Hear, hear, Councilmember Maloney. Thank you. Finally, I would like to thank my own staff and the members of the Women and Gender Equity Committee staff, Senior Committee Counsel Julia Goldsmith-Pinkham, and Legislative Policy Analyst Katie Salina, who worked to prepare this meeting. Clerk, we are ready to begin the vote.
Thank you. Good morning. William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote Committee on Women and Gender Equity on Resolutions 359A and 360. Items are coupled. Chair Farias.
I vote aye.
Gutierrez.
I vote aye. Congrats.
Thank you. Schulman.
I vote aye. Congratulations to all.
Aldebol.
I vote aye and congratulations.
Santos Suoso.
I vote aye and want to thank Councilmember Maloney in particular for putting forward this important resolution. Thank you all.
Thank you. With a vote of 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, both items have been adopted by the committee. Madam Chair, that is a full committee.
Thank you, Clerk. This committee is now happily adjourned. Congratulations.